Hello everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Just gonna make a quick video lesson going over Friday. I only made one video lesson that day, going over my morning trade and just the morning action, which I saw as very boring. And I did mention how it was still early and things could turn around, and it definitely did. There was many plays later in Friday. I took one other trade, and let's just jump into it. CLVS, this wasn't the one I traded, but this is a great play to go over here. Larger float, but still doing pretty good volume. Failed to break down completely after finishing pretty much at the very lows the day before. What happened this day is it failed to break down, and this actually could have been a great dip buy setup, multi-day bounce, but it was only after that first day. Here we have the high set at 218, and when it completely fails to break that level after it comes back, it really leads to a nice move. Mostly late day. It was really gradual here, definitely from the float amount. Larger definitely needs a lot of volume to really push it. And as you can see, when the volume really came in here late day, that's when we got a solid push. But still, from 230 to 260, nothing crazy. But still something we've been seeing with other plays like sells. Where are we at with that one? How on this day you have this solid red day, fails to break down, and then comes back and holds up. This one is a low float, but it seemed pretty similar to me here with that bounce. So we'll see if we get a continuation and possible breakout later, but just wanted to go over the solid opportunity that was here and how it really moved slowly because of the float amount. Even though some solid volume came in, it really didn't have much to really make it take off. Even though from bottom to top, it did offer 30%, but I probably would have been buying somewhere in the 220s, 230s. So the way I trade didn't really offer a great angle, but still something better than nothing. But really, what the lesson is here with the volume, how it really takes volume to move these plays, especially when they have a higher float. It's going to need a lot more, and it came in, as you can see, throughout the day. It's been holding up the whole day, but on lighter volume on these periods here, and that's a good sign, as it just shows there really isn't much selling going on. And when you get this double bottom here, that really leads to a Friday short squeeze on this. But solid play on CLVS. Thinking of needing a lot of volume. That reminds me of G5 being choppy. I went over this many times. I know this had a lower float, but I was really looking at the breakout over the red candle, expecting it to be choppy. Talked about that many times. Same with sells. When that happened last week, I said it's very possible that it could keep going and make a move, but it definitely will need some time to really develop and suck in shorts to get a nice squeeze. And that squeeze might still be very choppy because shorts are really hammering it here. We got a lot of volume, and there just wasn't enough buying that day. If there was a lot of volume, that would be a different story. But with these breakouts, you really want it to outdo the volume that it was setting on that first day. It just didn't happen here, and shorts had the upper hand with all the volume and momentum in their favor. Got a little push higher, but it really just couldn't really get any momentum besides this one move from 160 to 180 in the morning. Besides that, it was a choppy move. Got stuffed at 2. We'll see what happens, but yeah, when you're expecting a play to really need a lot of volume, if it's not totally getting that strong push in volume, it's expected to be a little choppy. That's kind of the lesson between those two plays. Another one that was a nice play on Friday, LGVN. Almost had a nice breakout late day. We got this. Did I even go over the... One second, I just realized. Yeah, I went over the multi-day charts here. I don't know why, I just felt like I didn't for a moment. But LGVN. Solid move here on Thursday. Top play of the day there. low float, former runner, breaking out of this area over 9, we'll call it. Solid bottoming action around 5, and volume's coming back. So a lot of things in his favor. It totally failed to break down here pre-market. I took it for a quick trade. I went over that in the previous video lesson for $2 from 13.81 to 15.81. Just a quick little snipe, just what I wanted, and pretty good as that area was kind of choppy in the high 15s, 16 area. Set a high of 1677 at the open there, and failed to break down completely, but it just did not have enough volume to bring it back to the highs and break higher to scare shorts out. Shorts still had conviction in it, didn't get that close. Well, it got close. It got 16.5, not that far off from 16.77, but not enough volume. And you got this choppiness here, a lot of selling going on into it. But besides this bounce here, which was pretty solid push from 14 to mid 16s, and it all really came just from the failure to break down and really go red like shorts had wanted. Then you get probably some covering and some dip buyers seeing this action, some higher lows here, tightening with just this coiling action. If you set kind of a bar here, it breaks over the trend over 14.5 ish, and that's what really triggers the move. But that's not my style of trading. I really like to wait for that high break where shorts will really get squeezed, and it'll be, in my opinion, better odds in your favor. So that's why I was just being patient. Never worked out. So was it ignore? And it was pretty clear when the volume was starting to fade that this thing was kind of done. But yeah, LGVN, beautiful play. The higher the better. This thing is still holding up. It could come back for a previous high at daybreak, but can't wait for the multi-day bounce after it sets a red day and gets a little fade going. Another really good play going on Friday. GREE. We got this solid break over 970-ish. We'll call it 10 as it has some resistance there. High 9s, 10-ish. You get this low volume, slow grind higher, but when it really gets interesting, where I would be jumping in this area where volume's finally coming in, still holding trend, broke the resistance level, and right now in that area it would be consolidating around it, and volume was still coming in. Made higher lows. Besides this little fake out here, but they never really close at the bottom. It's just the wicks touching below the 1026 initial low of the consolidation, but from there, higher lows. Volume starts picking up, and that's what leads to a solid move from 10.5 to 12. And if you held even longer through the dipping, you got a little bit more. But very nice move from the break here. Getting stuffed at 13 where there's some resistance from back here. So pretty predictable. Obviously in hindsight, but even in the moment, I didn't see it. But that's a solid setup right there. And kind of similar to the one that I took, which was Tkat. We got a solid breakout over 3.5. And like I said, for a solid squeeze, you really want it to do more volume than the day that it set that high that it's breaking over. And there we go. And it was just predictable. Failed to break down, low float on a Friday, heading into the close. Just a beautiful Friday short squeeze play. I would have wished I caught it earlier, right in the low threes area. Just would have seen it as kind of a momentum shift, looking to test the mid threes and go higher, because there would have been a solid high at daybreak. One of my patterns. VWAP reclaim / hold going on here, but wasn't on my radar. And then volume picked up. It failed to break down, and shorts started getting squeezed. Buyers came in, and I got in at 3.5. Mapped it out all on Twitter. Let's just actually go to that. Why not? Another potential watch near breakout level. Tkat. Already a decent move. If it fails to break down, they could C4. So low float. Just that simple. It had the volume. Low float, which means that there's not much supply. So when it's doing strong volume, majority of it buying, it's gonna likely head higher. And that's exactly what happened here. We got the break of 3.5 as I showed in that daily chart. And the next resistance level, where the next kind of solid candle where there's going to be resistance, we got it in the mid fours. So it makes sense that it would get to the low fours. Some shorts probably getting in there, packing it early before it gets to, as it gets to the resistance level. They're not shorting just in the mid fours, they're shorting on the way up to it as well. So you get some choppiness here. You get this, like I usually talk about, the volume exhaustion, can't sustain it. You get the drop and choppiness near a resistance level, and that starts to decline. So, and I took it, I didn't even explain my whole entire trade. Took it from 3.5 to 4, just like I mapped out in the Twitter, in the tweet. That sounded dumb in the Twitter. I don't know why. Okay, but similar to what was it I just went over? Agree. We got that break, fails to break that. This time it's a little different. It's consolidating right around the breakout level, not right above it. So it's still not too bad. Making higher lows, failing to break down. I get in on this one red candle that was like a fake out. Got in at 3.5. Failed to break down. Next candle, volume picks up and you get the squeeze that I was looking for. And I sell at 4, have my advanced orders set. We get a little quick perk higher. Probably could have made another quick 10-15 cents. But hey, not bad. Not going to worry about that extra little bit. Took majority of the move that I wanted. Worked out perfectly. It was a great way to end the week and a Friday. 2 for 2. Up 550. And just grateful for it. Just taking snipes. Not crazy size. Not going for home runs. Just quick 10-15% and let it add up. And that really worked out for me in March. I made about 7,100. Not too bad for a small account. So now my account size about 20k, 21k. Forgot exactly. I'd have to check that out. But yeah, we got solid plays on Friday. Good opportunities. Icage, that's another one here. Breakout play that didn't totally work out. Got stuffed at resistance. Broke 5 cents past resistance, or sorry, the breakout level. And that's another thing that I talk about. There's no need to buy at any cost. Let it develop. Let it show you that it wants to head higher. Just because it gets to the breakout level doesn't mean it's going to break out. There's other things that we look at, especially the volume on the day that it was setting, the high that's breaking over, the float, in this case really well, but didn't have enough volume when it was up here. It had that volume exhaustion and couldn't sustain it, like I keep talking about. Key indicator of a short-term top, maybe long-term top. Either way, a place where I'm looking to sell. But yeah, so still a potential play. Volume kind of perked yesterday compared to the day before. Held up nicely. Still looking for that previous high day break over 14.5 here. Could really be a nice move to test 20. Former runner, low float. Our volume's picking up on it. Setting a low, it's coming off the lows here. I can see it easily get to 16, but 20 is definitely in sight. So we'll just wrap it up there. It's getting long. So solid week, solid way to end Friday. Couple good moves, plenty of plays, left a lot on the table. Same deal, but taking my snipes, letting them add up, and it's working out. So yeah, we'll just leave it there. Please like this video if it was useful, or if you'd like more material like this. We got more videos on our channel, so please subscribe as well. Follow us on Twitter at Pack-a-Punch Traders. We got a lot of alerts like this throughout the day. Post my watch list on there. Even the morning updated watch list if there's any gappers or whatnot. So just trying to keep everyone updated with our knowledge, how we trade, and our gains, of course. Posting wins and losses on there as well. So yeah, and also check out tradecaster.com. We go there live pretty much every single day at the open as well for possible live trades, Q&A as well. There's a chat box there. So yeah, check it out. It's free. There's a subscription option as well to get more. But yeah, so check out our Twitter, like and subscribe, and check out tradecaster.com. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Yeah, have a great night.